Alright, I'm sure this one is going to have some haters, but here we go. As the dating market seems to be getting more and more difficult to find love, I'd like to talk about why that might be. Those of us who can think back to a time before social media, a time where the popularity contest ended after high school, adults would date whoever they were attracted to. Back then, attraction was solely based around the energy we give out in person. Yes, there were superficial men and women, but they more often than not came from wealthy families. After high school back in the day, it wasn't uncommon to see the quarterback dating that cute skinny girl with glasses from the drama club. Not to mention, the pretty girls in small towns didn't have access to all the world's richest men, so it wasn't abnormal to see a model-esque looking girl dating a scrawny run from high school. Because people used to actually meet up in person and find themselves totally caught off guard by how much they liked their date. Because when you started your lives together, it was just the two of you. There was no way for those jerks from high school to see how happy you were, so you didn't even think about it. So people were more likely to live in the moment. Being in each other's presence is the only true way to find a match. Searching for love is what made people more social. You literally needed to leave the house to feel alive. Then came the dreaded internet, and thus began the addiction to convenience. And once social media hit the net, that was the start of the current state of dating we're in today. Social media meant the popularity contest didn't stop at 18, it carries on until you can personally let it go. We base our ability to attract solely on what others can see and read in our dating profiles, which only satisfies our logical mind. That may sound like it shouldn't be a problem. This may sound like perhaps you're saving yourself from settling or being duped by someone you deem unworthy, where in reality, you just never actually know. All we know is only a small percentage of men are getting most of the attention from women today, and people are lonelier than ever, and that's not good for anyone. And here's where what I'm saying may get a little controversial. Women have this newfound superpower which has become very popular and socially acceptable. They can buy a completely different face. When a woman becomes more beautiful physically, how she perceives her ability to attract a man changes as well. Because women know men are very visual. So average-looking women no longer have to live with it if they can't accept it. Which means women believe they are getting better looking, while men are actually getting worse looking due to laziness and obesity. Poor posture has affected how faces grow and develop, resulting in weaker jawlines, lower cheekbones, and shorter chins. Not to mention rolled shoulders and arched backs. But men look ridiculous with work on their face, which makes it socially unacceptable. Young men are becoming less motivated because their instincts aren't kicking in, simply because they don't feel they can compete with the growing standards of modern women. So if young men can't visualize a life for themselves, they will check out. But here's the kicker. Men can happily do the same thing over and over again every day until they die. Once they adapt to that lifestyle, it's easy for them to accept life without love and affection, sadly. Women, on the other hand, are much busier than men. Women tend to be the reason men are social. Women are social because they need to be. This is why a life with a family for a woman is much more satisfying. And just because you may know someone who you believe disproves what I'm saying doesn't disprove statistics or age-old studies.